The launch of the 206 may have a lot of razzmatazz behind it, but would you actually buy one yourself? It's at dealerships, which are at the sharp end of where the 206 is being sold. How important do dealers think the new car is to Peugeot's current range?
It fits right between the 106 and 206 being the small and light car segments. It's a car we've been waiting for so long since as the 205 replacement. And the current 205 owners have been really waiting for this car for a long time.
But surely doesn't the 106 and the 306 serve two specific markets? Is there really that hole in between the two?
Yes, there is, and we certainly believe that Peugeot have identified that hole and that market, which 205 actually did fulfil. And it's the 206 that's been missing it's this car that's been missing for so long.
Who's it aimed at then? What sort of customers are coming through the door asking for test drive?
Either young people or people whose children may have gone off perhaps to university, or where there is generally families with no actual real ties around them anymore.
The new Peugeot 206 starts at around £8.5k on the road. Pretty good value, but is the servicing going to be value for money?
Well, it's still good value for money because they've extended the service intervals now. Since the 1st of August this year, diesel models will be every 10,000 miles. The new HDI diesel will be every 12,000 miles, or every 2 years. And the petrol engines are now 20,000 miles or 2 years, which is excellent value for money. There are some people that probably won't have to service the vehicles at all. Can't get better than that.
There's always been a small gap in the market ever since the 205 was stopped being produced in England. They actually decided to replace it with a 106 initially, and then obviously it's a lot smaller car than the 205 was, and then the 306 was launched, which obviously is slightly bigger than the 205. There's still a lot of people on the market with 205s, which is a very big selling car. So obviously they want something about the same size again, but there's nothing exactly the same size on the market for Peugeot, you see.
So do you think it was a mistake of Peugeot? Should they have replaced the 205 immediately?
Well, I think with hindsight they probably would have done, I'd imagine, because there's so many people that have been buying slightly different cars instead of the 205s, you know.
What sort of vehicles are we talking about?
The Renault Clio was possibly the main one, and the Rover 200 being somewhere between the 106 size and 306 size. Some people, for example, think the 106 isn't quite big enough for a family, and the 306 may be a bit too big for a second car, which is where this one comes in.
The main rivals, as we see it, is Fiesta and Clio. Really are the main rivals to the car.
What are your customers saying about the curves and the creases in the style of the body shell?
Yes, again we've had some fantastic comments from our customers. They like the dynamic look of the car. It's something that is completely new.
It's an 8495, which is a very reasonable price. And they're all very well equipped. This is actually the GLX model, which has got a few more creature comforts on it. But for 8495, you still get power steering and remote control stereo immobiliser. Very well equipped.
What sort of people are coming into your showroom?
A wide variety, everybody really. I've sold personally 9 so far to date, and a couple have been single ladies with 205s at the moment. One lady is actually a radio presenter on the local radio station. We've had families with Rovers part exchanging them, families with larger cars. We've even had one couple came with a Range Rover looking at part exchanging that for it, so it's a widespread. So it's everyone really.
But will the Peugeot 206 really satisfy the 205 hot hatch driver?
Not straight away. The GTI version isn't out until around February, March next year. And that's going to be the new hot hatch. The XS at the moment is a 1.6, which isn't quite what people are looking for. But very soon there will be a 2-litre version, which will be the new GTI.
Definitely there's a big buzz around the place. As soon as the first one came in, everybody was swarming around it, you know, having a look at it, open the bonnet, see what they like to work on, what they like inside, and everybody's had a good drive round in them. Really good.
What do you think of the curves and the sleeky looks of it?
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, it's a winner, definite winner for Peugeot. It's a new direction again in the design, as the 205 was in 1982-83.